buy the dip. It's the rallying cry of diamond hands in a falling market. But actually timing your entry into the market can be a very challenging and stressful time, especially if you're a new trader. So today we're going to look at some ways that you can maximize your entries and get better returns. So polish those diamond hands and welcome to Stark Smart. Even if you're new to the game, at some point you've probably heard of DCA, or dollar cost averaging. Basically, it works like this. First, pick an asset that you believe in the long term will go up in value. Then, instead of trying to time the market and buy low and sell high, you're going to instead decide on a regular interval, and you're going to invest the same amount of money each interval. For example, you'd buy $100 worth of BTC every 2 weeks when you get paid. Sometimes you might buy high, but you'll also be buying some lows as well. And it's really because you don't look at price when you DCA. All you care about is buying at those intervals every time. And the idea behind it is that you're going to average out your cost of entry over time. So let's look at an example with some actual numbers. Well, I made up the numbers, but they're still numbers. Here, you are investing over a 4-month time span, buying $100 at a time, no matter what the price is in the market at the time that you buy. You wind up with a total of 9 shares with an average cost per share of $44.44. Your portfolio value is $450. If you'd YOLO'd all 400 in at the start of month 1, your portfolio would only be at break even right now. And you'd only have 8 shares. And your average cost would be $50, over $5 per share more than the DCA investor. So now you may be saying, well, DCA sounds amazing, sign me up. But hang on, it does not come without its pitfalls. Let's take a look at Tesla. It's had a pretty great run. So let's say that you started investing in August of last year and bought $300 worth of Tesla once a month, marked by the yellow lines on this chart. Over the course of time, you will spend $5,400 getting into your position. Now, let's say that you also have a friend that spends a whole lot of time on Wall Street bets, and he also YOLOs $5,400 into the market at the same time that you started your DCA journey. What happens? Well, while you made a nice profit of over $4,000, your YOLO friend made a profit of over $13K. And this brings us to the downside of DCA. In a market that keeps trending bullish, the YOLO investor will outpace the DCA investor in profit. On the flip side, though, if the market is trending down, DCA will protect you better than your YOLO friend. In conclusion, with DCA, you have to trade off missing out on the big upswings, but you don't have to worry as much about the downswings. And you don't have to sweat over charts or pay close attention to the markets either. You can just automate it by directing a deposit into your investing account for your chosen interval, and for the most part, just walk away.
I'll set it and forget it.
Now let's talk about using DCA in a slightly different way. Remember this? Well, the next time that your investing communities are screaming, buy the dip, you're going to be smart. You're going to DCA that dip. Watch this. This is the 4-hour BNB USDT chart. I am using a feature on TradingView called Replay that allows us to point the chart back in time and play the bars out as if we were watching in real time. It's useful for manually backtesting strategies without falling victim to bias because you can't see where the chart is going. Right now, the last bar is on November the 11th at 2 a.m. The only indicator I'm using here is the Bollinger Band with default settings. So let's say you want to add some more B&B to your bag and you're on the hunt for a good dip to buy. Let's also say that you've set aside $2,000 to buy the next dip with. Let's forward the chart and look for an opportunity. Here you can see that this candle has closed below the Bollinger Band, and so it's signaling a good buy opportunity. But we won't be buying on this candle because we had to wait for it to close to give us the sign. So we're going to be buying on this candle here. And I'm going to take my horizontal tool and just drop a line about where we would probably have purchased it on this candle. When we first go in on our initial buy, in order to properly DCA this dip, what we are going to do is put in 10% of the $2,000 you have allotted, so $200. And then next, we're going to set limit orders. And these limit orders are going to be set at the previous swing lows. So this is the next previous swing low on this candle. We're going to set it right here. And I'm not being quite perfect about this. And then this one we're going to set here. We have this swing low right here. We're going to set. And our last swing low is right in here. And the reason I'm not really worried about being too perfect is, when you get kind of close, a lot of times the orders will fill. Even if you don't quite touch, usually orders will fill. But it does depend on your exchange if they do. So it's kind of an art and not a science.
Okay, well, sometimes science is more art than science, Morty. A lot of people don't get that.
Anyhow, what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to put 10% in on that initial buy. Then we're going to put 20% in on this limit order that we're setting with our exchange or broker, depending on if you're going in stocks or crypto. Then the next limit order is going to be 30%, and the last is going to be 40%. So you're taking this tiered approach. You are investing more and more as the price goes down. And this way, if the price was to go against you, and remember, we're looking to fill bags here. We're not looking really to make money on this trade, except in the long term. We're looking to fill our bags for as cheaply as possible. So we want to set this tiered approach to try to get the best deal on this asset. So let's forward this chart again and see how we did. So in this B&B example, here's the final results. We did hit all three of our limit orders. We wound up with a total of 3.7 B&B at an average price of $539. If we had put all of our money in at the initial buy at 608.30, then we would have only made out with 3.29 B&B. Now you may be asking, but why didn't we just put all of our $2,000 in at the 509 level? Well, the answer is we aren't psychic. We don't know when the market will hit its bottom, and we don't want to lock up our funds in a limit order that may never fill. Using this method, if the market turns against us and goes bullish, you'll be able to freely take out the remainder of your intended investment and wait for the next dip buying opportunity. I hope that you have found this video helpful and that you're ready to get out there and DCA those dips. And if you did find it helpful, you know what to do. Go ahead and please like and subscribe. Help this channel grow. If you have any questions whatsoever, please leave them in the comment section down below. I read every comment and I will respond to them as soon as possible. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I hope to see you again soon.